Hi, and welcome back to Thone's James Nibbles number 39. Beware of Personal Favoritism, Part 4 of 7. An example of partiality. James chapter 2, verses 1 through 13 are the areas we're studying here. Evil viewpoints by worldly against the equality taught by God. Let's just think about that as I said it, and this is just a very worldly analysis at this point. If we have a viewpoint which may not be the most moral viewpoint, and I don't mean that we're up for murdering people or enslaving people or doing open acts of sexuality or whatever. I'm not talking about that kind of evil. I'm just talking about if you have an evil viewpoint. And so you see people that you don't know and don't understand, and you pick them up as being enemies. If they are enemies, I'm sure we'll discover that soon enough. But the point is that we are to, until we know they are an enemy, we are to treat them as a friend. And in fact, we are supposed to treat them the same way even if they are an enemy. But that takes a lot of willpower and a very mature Christian to do that. But yes, we're supposed to treat everybody as a friend even if we know they're an enemy. But why do we even start out with those evil viewpoints? It will serve us eventually if they are not good people. What we want is the equality taught by God. That's our goal, is to treat everybody equally. Now, why is this in the Bible? To further teach the equality of man. Guess that was kind of redundant. Communications. It is not for us to use the gospel for our gain. And think about that. Not good. Application to me. In the Holman Study Bible, it's pointed out that James portrayed favoritism by illustrating contrasting attitudes toward a wealthy man and a poor man who enter the assembly, that is the synagogue in that case. The attendance of a wealthy man promises financial advantage, since his times and offerings may be large. Thus people pay attention to him. No. That is the worst, in my opinion, one of the worst things you can do is to, in a belief kind of setting, is to believe in someone else's money that may become important to you. Not that he's going to give it to you necessarily, but that we could, we love to start ministries in churches. And, some churches are little and affluent. Some churches are little and poor. Some churches are big and affluent. Some churches are big and poor. And so those churches that have some more affluence in them, more money in the bank, can start more risky ministries, let's say. Ministries that only have a small likelihood of success, but they have plenty of money, so buying the materials and handing them out or whatever the ministry consisted of is not a risk for them. That is really, really, really bad thinking. if we have a ministry that needs supported, God will find a way to support it without sending in a rich guy who's going to give, the weekly offering is going to double when he starts tithing, because that's great. I mean, if people, if the weekly offering doubles, that's wonderful. But that's an after the fact thing, not a let's pander this person so that they can become a member so that we'll get that. No. The old men of faith, Chrysostom, recommends in his Catena, there is no difference between rich and poor in Christ. Pay no attention to the outward appearance, but look for the inner faith instead. Wow. Think about how really relevant that is. Pay no attention to the outward appearance and look for their inner faith. Because the inner faith is the thing which God is interested in, and we should be interested in, not the fact that they have money. I mean, for goodness sake, the fact that they have money may mean because they're a miser and they're never going to give a penny to the church. You just don't know. So we shouldn't even think in this whole direction, is the bottom line, I think. God leads us with all believers are equal in value to me, and that's a great saying. My response: Lord, thank you for showing us that personal or corporate gain is not the purpose of worship or fellowship. Absolutely true. You have already presented what it is that we should be doing. And if we do more than that, then hooray. And if we do less than that, then shame on us. Because it's a lack of faith that when we don't give what we are supposed to be giving according to God, then we're showing that He's not able to maintain us even if we do give away something that we don't really have. So we need to be careful about all of this equating affluence either independently or in the church body at large, particular people or particular classes of people or whatever. We cannot judge people by that, because if we do, we are not doing the heart of Jesus. Okay. So we'll talk to you next time.